Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am playing Chemist and I'm playing with randoms in all of these videos. I will say I don't really play the support slash healer type. I did when I first started playing. I used to play Iris a whole bunch, and then when I unlocked Chemist I used to play Chemist a lot. But then I kind of like stopped playing her and everything like that, just because in the grand scheme of things there's just better quote-unquote characters to play, in the sense of if you play solo. I would say Chemist is definitely meta. She, I feel like, has kind of taken over Iris's spot in the sense of being kind of the go-to healer, especially because if you have a really good chemist on your team, I would say she definitely rivals and is potentially like better than Iris is in terms of like healing and being that like obnoxious healer and keeping your entire team alive. Chemist has kind of the ability to like 1v2 to 3 whole teams all on her own, and Iris really doesn't have that capability. So, you know, I think Iris kind of falls flat in that case, and I see a lot more people playing Chemist on more of the aggressive side of things. So I think she's meta for sure. I see her more and more with like people in aggressive like 3 stacks. I'll see her over Iris more and more, which is amazing, and I'm so happy to see it. And it's great because I joke with Elsa all the time, because from the moment I met Elsa, all he has ever played is Chemist. Even before like she was, I guess, like in the meta and everything like that. Like that's all he would play is Chemist. So it's just funny because I've learned a lot like playing with him while he does play Chemist, and like if I die and like I spectate, like, so I've learned a lot of like kind of tips and tricks from him, like to play Chemist. So this morning I was playing on my own, and then like he got on and we were playing a couple games and everything, and I think before we actually joined up I was playing Chemist, and like the gameplay was horrid and it was just a really, really bad game. It says in the bottom that someone's spectating you, and I didn't know who it was or anything like that. And he like requested to join and everything, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And it was just a disaster. And I was just like, "Oh, I'm just trying to channel my inner you and just be aggressive Chemist." And so it's just really funny because also I just notice it more and more, like people are really aggressive with Chemists, and it's kind of terrifying because then like your tanks, if you're playing with like a tanky group, like your tanks will be aggressive too, because like they have that like mobile healer, you know what I mean? So it's really terrifying to see. I'm really curious how this new support hero is gonna be. I personally think she's gonna be like a mixture of like Sindri and a healer. So you know how Sindri's second ult, she like throws down shields and like you can pick up a shield. I think that's what like her, I don't want to say her ult because that feels like a really weak ult, but I feel like that might be what her tactical is. Like she can throw down little heal packs, so you can pick up like a heal pack, kind of how Iris can throw a drone, how you can kind of run off with an Iris drone. I think it'll be like a mixture of that, but it'll be like a health pack. So it'll be like a Sindri and an Iris drone kind of mixed together, but it's a heal. That's kind of what I think it'll be, or in my mind, that's what I kind of picture. I mean, I don't really know. I don't think anyone knows. But when I look at her, that's kind of what I imagine, and maybe I'm completely wrong. I don't know. I think she's going to be a 3-burst like shooter. I think she's going to be a 3-burst shooter. I don't think she's going to do crazy damage. I think she's going to be really weak, kind of like Vincent's gun is really weak and like his melee is what's strong. But I think her like heal is gonna be really strong, and I think it's definitely gonna like rival maybe like Chemist for sure. I don't know. I think the new healer or support or whatever you want to call her, I think she's gonna definitely rival. I'm hoping it'll be nice. That's just kind of what I think. So I'm not sure, but I think she's like gonna be a 3 burst for sure. So let's see. So she's gonna be 3 burst. She I don't know what her ult would be. Maybe like her ult is like kind of maybe like a mixture of like Iris and Chemist in a way, like a weaker version of like the two put together. You know how like Iris throws down like the healing circle, and then like I guess Chemist is more like steroids. Maybe it's like a mixture of those two, but it's like a dulled down version of it, and you can like move around with that. Maybe that's what her ult is. I could see that, but like, you know, shorter duration or something like that. I could see that being her ult. That would be nice. I don't think that would be completely broke in a sense. I don't know. I'm really curious though what she is gonna be. I don't think she'll be broke though. I'm hoping not. I don't think her damage will be broke though. I think she'll be balanced at first, or that's what I'm hoping for. I could be wrong though. Those are just my literally based on one picture that all of us have seen. That is solely what I'm basing it off of. So in this next gameplay, I actually am friends with the JP person on my team, and then I am friends with No Mercy and Rabbit on the opponent's team. So this was like a complete random mashup, and I was like, oh my god, like this is so funny. And I've been friends with No Mercy. I think I've actually been friends with him the longest of like anyone on the game, like completely. I think that's pretty cool. But we can never, like, he always is in full party, so we don't really play together that often anymore, but we always are being like matched against each other. So it's always really nice because he's like a really good player, and so whenever I like face against him, I know it's gonna be like a really like good match and a really entertaining match because he's always playing with people, and I always know that it's gonna be a challenge regardless. And I was playing with randoms, but JP is on my friends list, so it was kind of nice, and so it was kind of like I was playing with people I knew, but kind of not because it was still random. I was doing my best to kind of stick with the 8-ball. The 8-ball was really good and was doing an amazing job of sticking with the payload. And I was, again, trying to like channel my inner Elsa and like doing some like sniping moves with Chemist in the sense of like throwing her little like Chemist balls or whatever you want to call them to try and get like heals to JP because he's playing Alita. I could see that like he needed help sometimes, so I would just kind of like lob some of them in hopes that it would like hit him, and it occasionally would, and I was kind of surprised and a little shocked. I'm not even gonna lie. I wasn't necessarily expecting them to hit him. I was just kind of hoping maybe it would. But I think that actually is kind of what potentially like helped save him and the game a little bit, just because I think it helped keep him alive a lot longer than it, I guess, would have. But I could tell that the Alita on the other team really wanted to kill me, and I think the 8-ball was doing a really good job of kind of keeping me safe. Because then the Judex kind of started in on me, and then like the Hunter was trying to like push me back and everything. So it was a really fun game though, and it was absolutely so much fun. So then jumping into the last game, I ended up actually just teaming up with JP because he did end up inviting me. So I was like, you know, we just played together, might as well just join up. So me and him did end up just joining up for this last game. I was a little confused because I was like, oh, are we playing like the same people? Because it was like the same comp except for it was a Ling instead of a Hunter. And so, because I wasn't really paying attention too much, so I was just like, oh, we're gonna have like a Judex come around the side, because I don't know what it is, but for some reason Judexes have been like flanking a lot recently, and I don't know why. In this game, it was interesting to say the least. Again, I was trying to like help Alita out and try and give heals the best I could without being like killed by Ling, because Ling also wanted me. But I was trying to kind of stick with the Alita and give heals, but then trying to give heals to the Sindri, and it was kind of all over the place, and I was like, do I stick with the payload? And I don't even know. But I will kind of let this gameplay play out and everything like that. But if you didn't know, I'm actually streaming on YouTube now. I figured out how to do it. So that's really cool. So I haven't figured out an exact schedule just yet, but I will be streaming on YouTube. So if you ever see it pop up, just come and say hi, because it's really cool and it's really fun, but it's a little weird. I'm still trying to figure it out. So if it's really awkward, I apologize. I don't know. But make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Your opponent's progress has reached 50%. Its destination.